The jihadists bomb threat to Niger Delta militants and their vow to take 10 Fulani lives for every life killed in Delta. The Fulanis of Usman Danfodio leadership, which claimed responsibility for the fire incident that gutted the Federal Secretariat complex along Opanam Road, Asaba, had on Sunday issued a letter with a threat to invade and bomb the state capital, Asaba, and Agbo, headquarters of Ika South local government area of the state. A Niger Delta militant group, Movement for the Emancipation and Defense of the Niger Delta, MEND, has vowed to launch what it called a disastrous reprisal on the faceless Fulani jihadist group which threatened to invade and bomb Asaba, the state capital, and Agbo. The Fulanis of Usman Danfodio leadership, which claimed responsibility for the fire incident that gutted the Federal Secretariat complex along Opanam Road, Asaba, had on Sunday issued a letter with a threat to invade and bomb the state capital, Asaba, and Agbo, headquarters of Ika South local government area of the state. The group gave Governor Ifeanyi Okowa 72 hours to withdraw his stand and support for the ban of open grazing. The Fulani group, which is the jihadist group, has laid a threat by giving Okowa 72 hours to withdraw his stand and also withdraw the support for the ban of open grazing, which was collectively supported by southern governors during a meeting held in May and hosted by Okowa in Government House, Asaba. The threat has, however, created palpable fear among residents of Delta State. The threat, which reads, and it has been said on news, is tension grips Delta State as faceless Fulani group threatens to bomb Asaba, Agbo, and also gives Okowa 72 hours to withdraw ban on open grazing. The State Police Commissioner, Ari Mohammed Ali, has, however, assured that all modalities had been put in place to forestall such an occurrence. Reacting to the faceless group threats, a Niger Delta militant group, Movement for the Emancipation and the Defense of the Niger Delta, MEND, has vowed to launch a disastrous reprisal on the faceless Fulani jihadist group should it carry out its threats to invade and bomb Asaba and Agbo if Governor Ifeanyi Okowa fails to drop his stand and support for the ban on open grazing in southern states. In a statement released on Sunday night, obtained by SAR reporters, MEND threatened to launch reprisal attack that are 10 times as disastrous as any attack that comes from the so-called Fulani jihadists. MEND said that the attention of the Movement for the Emancipation and the Defense of the Niger Delta has been brought to the threat of some Fulani terrorists who have given a 3-day warning to the governor of Delta State because of his support for the ban of open grazing across the southern states. We also saw you taking responsibility for an explosion at the secretariat in Asaba. We are warning that if your threat is made to come to fulfillment, no Fulani will ever exist across Niger Delta, and all oil facilities linked to a Fulani will be brought down. If one soul is lost, then 10 Fulani souls will pay for it. If one facility is destroyed, then 10 Fulani facilities will be destroyed. We will respond proportionately 10 times to whatever you give. The corresponding response will not be limited to the Delta alone. It may be with politicians or with your rulers. We will launch 3 rocket launchers and ballistic missiles at any facility of our choice as a warning in 7 days if you make bold your threats. We don't make cheap our threats. We don't make cheap threats. We have shut down the country and we can at any time shut you down. We are the Niger Delta. We stand for the interests of Niger Delta and we will not allow any coward to threaten us. We fight without running. The Niger Delta have issued a warning because Niger Delta, according to them, they are peaceful, going citizens of the region Niger Delta. It was once said that Niger Delta militants have, captured Nigeria and put Nigeria into a standstill during the era of Yaradua. And the reason why they did that was just because they were fighting for their land. And they were not killing innocent people during their time. It was just because the crude oil that is, mined from their own region. They have not been benefiting from it, and there is no gain whatsoever, and there's no support from the government. And meanwhile, according to them, they said their people go to farm, for them to even plant crops and harvest crop is tug of war, because the soil is not conducive for them, because oil has really eaten up and destabilize their farming. That is why they sought for government's help, to help them, giving them amnesty. That's why they started kidnapping expatriates as at that time, because government never yielded to their cry. But at the long run, Yaradua came in and said, no, this must stop. Okay, what do you need? They dialogue and deliberated and came to an agreement that they should be given amnesty. And at the long run, they surrendered their weapon, they obeyed the government, and they were given amnesty. Since then, militants in the Niger Delta surrendered, and they have been giving them amnesty. But in the other hand, Boko Haram came. I don't know what the cause of what they are fighting for. I don't know what they want to justify for their fight. They started killing innocent people, but their agenda is to Islamize the country. So they want to imitate. But the northern governors or northern elders, they said since militants were given amnesty, Boko Haram also should be given amnesty, which is not very possible, because they are not fighting for any just cause. Militancies, we know why they are fighting. We know, and they were not killing innocent people. They were only kidnapping expatriates, and they don't kill. What they do is the oil mongers, the oil expatriates that comes to their land to mine oil, and take to their land, is what they are after. If they can definitely, or the government can definitely hear their cry, they will release whichever expatriate they have kidnapped, and which was what they did, and it was settled in that way. But if Fulani herdsmen says they want to invade Asaba and want to misbehave in the Delta region, the full Niger Delta would never take it easy. They are not like IPOB, they are not like indigenous people of Biafra. They will stand to fight for their rights, and they will, according to what they said, if one Niger Delta is being killed, they will kill 10 times 10. If one facility is being destroyed, they are going to destroy 10 facilities. And if care is not taken, their traditional rulers, their oil well, whatever oil well Fulani is holding, whatever property a Fulani man is holding, they are going to bring it down. So they shouldn't, dare the Niger Delta, or dare to go close to Asaba or Delta State as a whole, or Niger Delta as a whole. So they should be very careful, because Niger Delta people are easygoing people. They mind their business. They don't tamper into anybody's business. They don't negotiate violence with anybody. But if the Fulani tries to negotiate violence, they will give them 10 times, not even double. It will be 10 times. Well, I don't know what your opinion is all about. I would like you to share your opinion, share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for listening. God bless.